I was 24 when I had Eli. I had struggles because I was doing it alone. I was happy being single, but I think my heart was ready to find somebody. I started talking to somebody online. He seemed like a really great guy. He was in the military, and we talked the whole 18 months that he was deployed in Afghanistan, and so I really felt like I really knew him. After we met in person, it was a whirlwind romance. So we got married relatively fast. Right when we got married, I started to see a different side to him, but I thought if I just could keep things calm and love him and accept him the way that he was, then things would get better. I was finishing up nursing school, and we quickly became pregnant with my second son. My husband seemed to be understanding and patient, but shortly after that, he changed. He would become enraged very quickly, and I don't know that I've ever been so scared in my life of somebody just screaming at me. I just tried to conform to his idea of perfection, so he wouldn't lash out. I became pregnant again with Elise, and my husband forced me to quit my job, so I was completely dependent on him financially. About this time, things became more frequently volatile. One day he came home and grabbed the skillet of food that I'd been making and threw it across the room. The kids would ask him, "Why are you doing that to mommy?" And he would say things like, "I can't stand her, it's because I hate mommy." They were very scared of him. I was told that I was disgusting and fat and that I was lazy. I was easily replaceable. Anybody could walk into this home and do my job better than I could as a mother and as a wife. If I said anything, then the rage would go on. So I had to then pretend, after being completely humiliated and torn apart and made to feel like absolutely nothing, that everything was okay. He said that he was having surveillance cameras installed in the house. I had started sleeping upstairs because at one point he had threatened that he was going to kill me in the middle of the night. I knew that if I didn't leave, then I'd never be able to leave. So I threw as much stuff as I could into my car, and I came to Austin from Houston. I called my brother and asked him, "Hey, can me and the kids come and stay with you?" So my brother, me, and my 3 kids all were living in a maybe 400 square foot apartment. I didn't know what I was going to do at this point, but I knew that I couldn't go back. Finding housing was going to be the only way that I could stay gone. I started looking for affordable rentals in Austin, and that's when I came across Foundation Community's website and the Children's Home Initiative program. I moved into this apartment with nothing. I just had clothes for me and my kids. But I was so grateful for just being able to come into such a beautiful place and be able to call it home. The food pantry is something that they offer here on property. It happens twice a month, and it just helps lessen the burden of trying to get healthy foods into your home for your family. They also have a parent-child advocate that will work with you on issues that you might be having as far as parenting, sleeping issues, even potty training. You can let her know what you're struggling with, and she will bring different resources and look at your unique situation. Had I not found Foundation Communities, I would have possibly returned to my ex, just because I would have easily believed that I couldn't make it without him, that I wasn't enough to do it on my own. Working with Foundation Communities, the goals that I had and still have for me and my family are being checked off, and I don't need to depend on anybody else. I am self-sufficient. I was able to renew my nursing license, and I actually just got hired at a job with the hours that work for me and my kids, and where I'm making more money than I thought I was going to. Having a place of my own for me and my kids that is safe means life. It means being able to breathe, and it means that I can look at my future and have hope again, and that I can pave my own way.
I was so proud of being in the military, and I would do it all over again. But I seen a lot of things that went on there, a lot of darkness. Growing up was a hard life. We lived in like a little shack. 9 siblings, and sometimes I had to go to bed hungry. My dad left when I was 9 years old, but he was very abusive. So I didn't have that father figure, and so I was kind of like loose, a lot of peer pressure, drugs, alcohol. And I didn't want to be in that type of lifestyle. I wanted to be something in my life, do something in my life, you know what I mean? Fresh out of high school, I had got enrolled to be in the military, and I was just wanted to go on a venture, see the world. When I came back from the military, my home life, old friends, old places, it was still the same thing that I had ran from before. So I got caught up and I got involved in drugs, and I went to prison. I was so frightened. I didn't know what to expect. When you go to prison, it's a possibility you won't even make it back out. It's about survival. I served over 21 years of my life in prison, and while there, I was diagnosed for mental illness. I received medication for PTSD, schizophrenics, and major depression. When I finally got out of prison, I was so happy. I had no room for failure. That was my mentality. I had to succeed. So whatever it took, positive, that's what I strive for. When I got out, I really didn't have a place to live, and then that was my first episode of becoming homeless. I slept on bus benches, I slept in abandoned cars, abandoned houses. You don't mean nothing to the world. Nobody cares. It's like, you're not human. It's one of the lowest parts of a person's life. Being homeless, you have no way of taking care of yourself, your health. I couldn't continue on getting my medication like I was when I was in prison. I don't have no address where it could be mailed to me, so that was an obstacle for me to continue on with my medication. Even though I was free physically, but in my mind, I was still locked up. So it was just like a thing of dominoes. I got to feeling sad, and I didn't actually have a plan, but I had thoughts of suicide. I called my VA housing specialist and applied for a voucher. Fortunately, Foundation Community was on the list. So when I came here, I liked it, the cleanness. I liked it, the peace. I just liked everything about it. I have an address now where my medication are mailed directly to me. That makes me feel so, so good. I was awarded the Good Neighbor Award, and that made me feel so proud. Since I've been here, they gave me an opportunity to work for them. As a community engagement specialist, and I wanted to help the younger generation, and if I could stop anyone, it was just one person making that wrong choice that I made, that's what I want to do. Every single day is a struggle to stay on the journey. Foundation communities have something to offer for me being on the right path, staying on the right path, staying sober and clean, keeping up with my meds, keeping a positive attitude on life, because they help me live a good life. Foundation community was like a gift from God to me. I feel a lot better now that I can go to my own bed and have my own shower, my own kitchen.
There you go, sir. Thank you.
It just makes you feel better as a person. Foundation community, that made me feel like I'm a human again.